it's Jen with Home by Jen, and today I want to talk to you about how you can quickly set up an effective meal planning system. So there are meal planning tutorials out there everywhere, right? And people are desperately in need of feeling like they need a system in place when it comes to meal planning. And it can be one of those things that you have good intentions and then it falls through the cracks, and then you end up eating out a bunch and you just don't have a plan in place. Well, today I want to share about 12 tips with you how I'm able to keep my family on a pretty strict meal planning schedule. Now, there are exceptions to all rules, and I do want to talk to you about some of those, but as I go through the list of items that I do to make sure that we are eating at home most of the time. Obviously, there are weeks that we go out for dinner, and there's days that you just do, and that's totally fine. I don't expect anybody to eat at home all day, every day, day in and day out. I think taking breaks and going to a restaurant and having somebody else do the cooking and the cleaning for you is just like awesome, right? Let's get started. So my first tip is just, like I said, just start. It doesn't matter. You don't have to say, well, I'll just do it next week. Why not start today? While you're doing this, you can start creating a plan or a menu or a list of a meal intentions that you can do. So if you're watching this on a Thursday and you typically go to the grocery store on a Saturday, pick 2 days. Do your Thursday and your Friday and just say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna plan out the meals for the next 2 days, and then when Saturday rolls around, you can start again. So just start. That's all I have to say is just start. My next tip is to create a plan. And of course, if you have been watching my videos regularly, you know that I have you covered when it comes to making a plan, right? I've got the weekly meal plan workbook. Can you see that right here? So in this plan, I'll just kind of go over it. It's very small this time around, but I have your breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks areas, so you can just write down what you want to eat each day. And then it comes with a shopping list, and then there's a space down the middle, so you could use this for 2 shopping trips, or if you have hungry teenagers at home, maybe you need both lists. You know what? I'm dealing with teenagers and they eat you out of house and home. My third tip is create a shopping day, or just pick a shopping day, I should say. Just pick a day of the week that you are going to commit to going to the grocery store. When you have a plan in place, it makes it very, very simple for you to head to the grocery store with your plan in place, and you know exactly what you need to purchase at the store. I suggest, checking out the ads and maybe shopping the ads before you go. But if you don't worry about it. Just go, have a plan in place, and just pick a day and go to the store. Maybe your Monday evenings are like the freest time of the day, so you go on a Monday, and maybe you're a Saturday morning. It doesn't matter. Just go. My next tip is ask for help, and not ask for help when it comes to going to the grocery store. I mean, if you need help, ask for it, but ask for suggestions. So one night a week, actually come to the dinner table. My family loves it, but not really, sarcasm. I come to the dinner table with my pad of paper and a pen, and I said, okay, what do you guys want to have for dinner? Then there's less complaints when it comes to what I'm preparing, because they had their chance to to give suggestions for the week. So try to ask for help. My next tip is fill out the menu. Don't worry about really the days so much, but just fill out the menu. When you do that, it kind of goes along the line of creating a plan. And yeah, it can be overwhelming, but just fill out the menu and then deal with the other stuff later. My next tip is create theme days for your food. So you've heard of like Meatless Monday, Taco Tuesday. Try to theme out your days so then when you are creating your menu, it becomes that much easier. So maybe you guys are Pizza Friday people, so you just know that there's going to be pizza on Friday, and maybe you decide to make it yourself one week, maybe you decide to order in another week, maybe you decide to do frozen pizzas another week. I mean, it's completely up to you on how you prepare your meals, obviously, but try something that you are theming everything so that it just makes it so much easier on you. My next tip, leftovers are your new BFF. Use them. How often are you throwing away leftovers because they are in the back of the fridge and you totally forget about them and you're like, oh, I think that. So just utilize your leftovers. Make a bigger batch of something and just say, okay, you know what? Put it on the menu for twice that week. I love doing that. I will make a big batch of something, so then I make sure that we're having it twice that week. If I know that my evenings are just outrageously crazy, then I do that a lot, so I don't have to worry about cooking dinner. Like, it's done. My next tip, freezer meals. Now, this can be in millions of different forms. If you want to scour the grocery store for, convenient freezer meals, do that. If you want to start a prepping or a cooking prep day and you create some freezer meals, do that. So just whatever it is, and use those on those crazy busy weeknights or even weekend nights. Whenever you feel like you just are not going to have the time to prepare food, utilize the freezer meals. My next tip, when you're sitting down to create a plan, check your calendar for those busy nights. So if you know that Wednesday is just like it's going to be like a drive-through night, maybe you use a crock pot that day in the morning. Just having a little plan in place will save you from having, fast food for dinner. Or maybe it's a leftover night. So just check your calendar ahead of time while you're creating your meal plan, because then you know what you have time for and what you don't have time for. So my next tip, I think I talked to you about that a little bit when I was showing you the meal planner, is plan out your breakfast, your lunches, your dinners, and your snacks, because that is going to be more efficient when you're at the grocery store. You're not going to be forgetting things, so just know what everybody eats for breakfast. If it's cereal, if it's oatmeal, if it's like bagels, whatever it is. Maybe you guys are smoothie people. Whatever it is, plan that out so you have the ingredients at home. So then think of lunches. Are people packing their lunches when they go to school, when they go to work, whatever? What do they like to eat? Make sure you have that stuff at home in the cupboard, ready to go. This is going to help you stay on your meal plan. Next tip, create the list. Now I am providing the list for you. Check your pantry, check the fridge when you're planning everything out. Then create a list of everything that you're going to need for the week, so you're not running to the grocery store more than once a week, because that's just going to take up so much more time. Create a list of everything that needs to be done, so then you don't forget anything. My last tip is have an area where your family can add to the list. This makes it so much easier. In my home, we have a whiteboard on the fridge. When they run out of, my daughter uses the last of the peanut butter or whatever it is, they write it on the whiteboard. So then I know, and I don't have to go looking for things, because I may not think about looking to see how full the peanut butter is, or if they're eating, you know, the crackers are half full, or, you know, whatever it is. If they're in need of it, they write it on the list. And obviously this works better if your kids are older, but I really got my youngest daughter, or both my daughters, started as soon as they could start writing. I just asked them to put it on the list. They can spell it phonetically, and that's totally fine. You might have to look at it for a few minutes to figure it out, but they are contributing, and then you're teaching them at an early age to contribute to the meal planning, and they get involved, they want to help. It is a win-win. Those are my tips for you to create an effective meal planning system. So it's not just a meal plan, but it's a system that you're putting in place and you're using week after week after week. So you're eating at home, you're becoming healthier, you're spending more time with your family, and you're saving time. That is ultimately what we need, right? We need more time in our life. So download the workbook and start creating a meal plan for yourself. I would love to know in the comments below, do you meal plan? Are there things that you do that I didn't mention? I'd love to hear about it, because we can all learn from each other and make our experiences as busy moms that much better. It's April and I'm doing a giveaway the entire month. So all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and share with your friends, and then leave a comment below, and you will be entered in to win my Declutter in 20 ebook, which I teach you how to declutter your home by only spending 20 minutes a day doing it, so it doesn't overwhelm you and you have a beautifully organized, decluttered home in no time. And I'm giving away all of the workbooks that obviously I'm giving those all away, but I'm going to be doing a special personalized workbook bundle for April. So that will be for the lucky winner. So thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I will see you in the next video.